Hi everybody and welcome back. I am your friendly neighborhood demon slayer, back at it to give you guys another general reading. I have pre-shuffled card decks that I'm using. And so we're going to see what kind of energies we have, what do we need to focus on? What do we need to learn from? We have trials and tribulations here right off the bat. What demons do we need to slay? What is it that we're not aware of that maybe we need to be paying attention to? Balanced overindulgence in the reverse. We have wishing for fame. We have mystical interpretation in the reverse. We have fireworks in the reverse. Don't do that. What else have you got for us, universe? We are here and we are ready to receive. Okay, vortex reversed. We have transmutation. And last is lucidity, but reversed. All right, angels, what else do you have to add to this imaging that you would like for us to know and understand? We have Three of Cups in reverse, and we have Page of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords. We have Seven of Wands reversed. We have Ten of Swords. Page of Wands. That is following the Judgment. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that. It's right up underneath it. Okay. So, off the top, I am getting the energy that whoever you are, you're a star. You're a star. Okay. But in being a star, you have to unlock this star energy. You know, it was always sitting as a potential your whole life, but you really did something to unlock it, to unleash it, to share it, to spread it, to announce it. You know, you've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, right? There have been things that have been put in your path that have blocked you from being able to do the things that you want to share with the world, right? So for instance, if it's music, you've come up against a lot. You know, you didn't have time, you didn't have resources, you didn't have the right collaborations, the knowledge, you didn't even have confidence at one point in yourself. Like, I feel like it just, but that's what this life is for, you know. for us to come out more fortified after we've been put through the washing machine, Balance over indulgence is here in the reverse. Wishing for fame, mystical interpretation reversed. Alright, so this is an energy. Alright, though you went through trials and tribulations to finally get there, to finally get to the level that you were seeking for fame or for just acknowledgement for whatever it is that you do. It looks like you kind of took advantage of the position that you were in. You kind of you either let it all go to your head, or you definitely indulged in something for too long and kind of caught up in it. That could equate to an addiction of some kind, possibly. And then we have mystical interpretation at the end of the top line, which to me, you kind of, you took a step down, like you got to where you wanted to be and you kind of let all of the indulgences take over. And you're not, or you weren't interested in connecting spiritually. You weren't interested in getting back on the right path. You no longer, you kind of lost your drive to do what it is that you were doing. So let's take the music example, for instance, okay? Let's say it's music and you hit some fame. Like, people acknowledge your music, you got paid off of it, this and that. Okay, it's like, but once you started overindulging, you forgot why you were doing this music stuff in the first place. You forgot, you let it go. It's just to the point where instead of doing some work to figure out why and how to get back on track, you weren't interested at all. All you really cared about were the indulgences. But I feel like it got to a point where, before I get to that, let's take it down the middle. We have fireworks and vortex in reverse, transmutation, and then lucidity reversed. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some addictions here that were developed out of the overindulgence. Where there once were fireworks and a great vortex of wealth and abundance and celebration and support, it all got transmuted into these addictions. Like, all of this went down the drain. Like, that's the part that you got to or are in. I don't know. We'll finish reading, see what comes of it. But yeah, this is definitely, it's like you kept wanting to party, but as the money went away, so did everyone else. They no longer wanted to come and hang out. There are no true friends out of the group of people who were helping you to indulge and helping you spend your money and feel like you're on top of the world. Like, once your finances ran out, they were out. Theft here, that's suggesting that your friends weren't friends. They were there to mooch off of you. They were just taking. They were mooching off of you. So now you've found yourself in a position where you're empty. You're empty now. Okay, and then here's our last section right here. The Seven of Wands is in reverse. Ten of Swords. So yes, I definitely see you here with a commitment to change. It's like what once seemed like such work and such, you know what I mean? Like, once you realize that people weren't going to stick around if you didn't have if you didn't maintain that level of fame, if you didn't maintain that money, you're realizing now that, maybe I should have, scaled back what I was doing. Maybe I should have put more effort into maintaining my status and maintaining my money and maintaining the reason that I was here to in the first place. In this case of music, you forgot why you made music in the first place. It was no longer important to you. So that's why everything was taken from you. And ultimately revealed to you, that you can't. Everybody wants to celebrate when they hit that level of fame, But you have to understand that's when everybody's going to jump on you like fucking, excuse my language. They're going to come at you like vultures. And they're going to be nice. They're going to make you feel even better about yourself. Like, oh yeah, you're so great, you're so great, you're so great. Can you buy me another round? You're so great, you're so great. Can we get high together? You're so great, you're so great. Can we do this orgy? Can you help me get this car? You know what I'm saying? Like that's all they were there for, was to just take. Okay, but you've overcome these challenges. You put an end to this. Like, you consider this to be just a past chapter in your life now. You're not faced with the same story anymore. You're not wasting your energy. You're not putting your energy into people and places that aren't returning it. You're done with not valuing your own work. And it's allowed for you to open up again. You're back in that creative zone. That's you. This is your energy, the Page of Wands. This is your energy. Knowing that you have messages to give out and share with the world. In fact, I think, let's say for instance, if this is music we're talking about, which I do feel like this is very artsy. Whoever you are, you're very artsy, right? It's something that not everybody can reach a level of fame doing, There are a bunch of artists in the world, but you're never going to hear about most of them, right? But you have that opportunity. It was given to you. And so now you've got something to come back to the rest of the world and bring to them that has substance. It's not that your original work didn't have substance, but if you were able to succumb to fake people and indulgences, then it really wasn't as deep as you thought it was. It wasn't as impactful. Now you've got something to say to the world that is real and that is authentic. It's not coming from unhealthy perspectives or superficial perspectives, I should say. There's no more superficiality about your work anymore. Because when you were riding that high horse, you very well could have gotten away with just being superficial with your work. Nobody would have cared. Because at that point, you were so well known and had good money that, they were just inflating your ego to keep you high. So this is, you're connected. You see this bird on the end? The robin at the end of her staff? You're connected. And you're looking upwards now. You're no longer looking down. You're focused. You know exactly what it is that you want to bring into this world. And it's not this superficial stuff. Like, let's say, again, with music. If your music was hot and it was like dance music, that's all kind of superficial stuff. Like booty this and booty that and booty. You know what I'm saying? It's gone from that to your messages, your lyrics are laced with lessons. They're laced with something that is so potent that will actually affect people in a positive way. I think you realize and recognize that you're not the only person out there, and that you have legitimate, supportive, loving followers, and you're watching them take steps based on what it is that you're saying and putting out into the world. And if you're being superficial, guess what? All these other youngsters, they're just going to live out their lives superficially. You know what I'm saying? You realize that you have a responsibility too. You have realized that. You've come to that determination. And so we have judgment here, and this is you having and living and walking your life path and your life purpose. Now your work has substance, not just to you, for you, but for the people who are listening. You now consider other people when you write, when you produce, when you present yourself. You're no longer thinking just about you. It got you so far. But, you had to learn these lessons. You had to learn these lessons. The past 5 years, our universe has been attempting to transform and transmute into more positive, loving light because there has been such a lack of it. We have to do something. And so this has been put on a lot of people's hearts. Artists across the world, we understand this in a very intimate kind of way. And not only that, not only are you sharing your love in a more directed way, in a healthy way that's going to impact people positively, but this secures your work and yourself, your love, your light. You have internal things to offer this world, not just the music, not just the art. You know what I'm saying? You are valuable. And that was definitely missing with these indulgences. Because if you're so far gone and with an indulgence and an addiction, then there's no connection between you and your value. You don't value yourself, because if you did, you would recognize the negative changes happening in your environment, and you'd be like, oh no, we need to change this. Let's do this. Again, it's not that you cannot indulge, that you cannot, it's not that at all. It's just that you've got to moderate. You've got something so special here that you are responsible for, that you are accountable for. And if you can't do that, then you can't remain in that position. You can't remain in that position. You're just going to roll over and wash away, just like a lot of other great artists out there. They just were not prepared to handle everything coming at them and didn't have the value in themselves to do anything different about it, and just eventually succumb to the indulgences. So this is very, very beautiful. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for being so bold as to even say that you messed up. Because that's your energy. You speak on this. Whatever your work is, your art, you speak on this. You speak about how you were wrong, what happened, what you lost, what it's cost you. You speak on these fake people and these fake energies. That is something beautiful. That is something worth following. Now you can honestly say, my followers are following me for a reason. A good reason. Not just because I'm cool, I have the latest fashion, no. It's because of what's in here. Now they see it, now they feel it, now they can activate it within themselves. Which is supposed to be the point of art. Right? We're supposed to be using it to activate something positive within people, some type of change or transformation, something that's going to inspire them and motivate them to higher levels, not lower ones. Thank you for being so bold. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Thank you for noticing when you hit rock bottom, and thank you for doing the work to get back up. Now we get to benefit from it. Now the rest of the world can benefit from it. Thank you. Thank you for being a positive leader. We need that. We really do. Our children need that desperately. Desperately. A lot of these kids are out here alone on their own. A lot of them are being abused day to day to day. They need something. They need something. They need to know that they're not the only ones walking their path, that path that is not normal. You know, we need that. We need hope. We need inspiration. We need something that's really going to help us, not hurt us. Thank you so much, you guys, for stopping in for this reading. What a beautiful reading. And keep this in mind. There are lots of lessons to be learned out of this. And I hope that something resonated with you so that maybe you can keep it in mind. You know, if you're somebody who's working on art or something else that you want to share with this world, think about that. Really think about that and what you're going to face if you hit that level of fame, you know, and you've got everybody coming at you and you got the world at your feet. You can have anything you want. What is it that you want? Because you need to figure that out first. You don't need to go head in, hit the fame, and not know yourself. You need to know yourself first. You need to know yourself first. And, you know, the rest of us, we're learning lessons the hard way so that we can turn around and tell you our story and tell you and give you ways and advice on how to avoid what we went through. That's the point of art. We want to help the world avoid the same obstacles we had to go through. And even if we are still having to go through those obstacles, to know that other people out here have already been through it. And if they can get through it, then so can you. Because we're all human. Across the board. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Not a single person on planet Earth is out here as Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. There's no such thing. So thank you, Divine Energy, for working, for all your work and your service. And thank you for sharing that. Again, thank you to everybody who stopped in. There's so much to take away from this. I feel really, really great about this reading. I really do. And to those who are working on all of this, good luck. We love you. You're supported. 100%. 100%. I love you guys, and until next time.